What's up, everybody? I am barely alive. It was a wild night. I was tired, I thought, and then sometimes you just can't sleep. So I got up and did a lot of artwork. Well, not a lot, but when you're tired, you get some things done. I say it's not your best work, I'd say, but I got a lot of busy work done, which is awesome. Busy work is, like cleaning up files, housekeeping folder structures, and um, doing other things like I was cleaning up some of the flats I got for this other cover I'm doing. So that's all good. Like how Zaid is here saying he's late. I didn't get any traction on Twitter. I think it's because the algo doesn't like me not posting every day now. I've been very sparse on it because of just so many things going on. It's hard to keep track and get the posts out there. But I do want to get back on that and get on streams more. And it's all going to happen. I've been yeah, for sure. The algo doesn't like anybody, indeed. So, but I'm glad you're here, Zaid, listening. I want to draw mostly, so I'm going to probably not bring people on unless this convo gets crazy. But yeah, I do want to bring some of the work I'm going to do here. I'm going to do a couple sketch cards, or at least do the setups for how I do sketch cards for different things, which is cool. But yeah, I'm stoked for the coming week because we finally got a print file that I actually like for Star Circuit. And it's just like it's just like a battle to get the right levels and the right ink coverage and everything else. So back and forth constantly. It was an extra month that I didn't plan on. So fulfillment is like a month delayed pretty much. Hopefully this hurricane scare doesn't keep them closed for a while, because that's what's holding everybody back. I know Professor Murph and several other people have the same issue. We're using comic impressions and they're closed for the Florida supposed tropical storm hurricane, which they're near us and I didn't see anything around us. So they're closed for protocols, I guess. Oh, speaking of, let's not close, but let's open up some music. So what I like to do is have another camera over my art, but I don't have another camera yet. So I'm going to have to move the camera from my face over here. So I'm going to pull my face out for a second and then move it real quick. In fact, let's just do this in the meantime. So Star Circuit will be out to you guys very soon. The prints for the book and everything else will be this month, and hopefully out to you this month as well. That's the idea. That's the plan. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Welcome to the future. A place where you can find anything you desire. If the burner gangs don't find you first. Where the fastest racers are artificial. And if you're human, don't stand a chance. Star Circuit.
All right. A little wobbly. All right, let's see. I think that's a decent enough angle. What's up, everybody? Hex Allen's here. Riverbend Bear has shown up as well. What's going on? Yeah, so I'm not getting a great algo feedback on Twitter. In fact, I don't think I got any exposure on the post that I put out there. So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm going to be talking about a couple things as I draw. Before I get to doing the drawing here, we're going to do several of these, I think. Maybe a few. Let me put on the music again. So the idea here is to show you my setup. So in this case, this sketch card is going to be a drawing of Hip riding her cycle. So I've already set up this one pretty much. I'm going to start a fresh one. That way you can see how I got to this part, and then maybe we bring one to something like a finish. Also, I do want to bring my, take. I've heard a lot of opinions on what makes manga so great, why it's selling so well, aside from the obvious, reasons of them not like bowing to these SJW type of woke politics, and because of that, they're stable and their artistic integrity is freaking on point. So that's the idea here. But yeah, we're gonna start a fresh new card. Maybe in chat, if you guys want to see me draw something particular on one of these cards, that'd be great. I always like to hear comments about what we should be, what you guys want to see. So what I'll do is move this one up on my magnetic drawing board here. I like that corner. So let's do horizontal again. Let's do another bike. And I'm using a really, really light pencil at first. So the way bikes are set up, I like having paper in the background. That way I can draw this for you guys. Let's use a darker pencil on that one though. Okay. There we go. So the way bikes are set up, they're usually like three and something wheels apart. That's what they call it's part of the wheel length, I think. But okay, so let's just say this is the side view. And this is your front tire. There should be 3 and a little bit or so of those tires. And that's about right. And you can go longer. The longer it looks, like the Cyberpunk bike for Cyberpunk 2077 was like 4 and something, which is a ridiculous length. I don't know if you could pull that. I think the Batman motorcycle, and that one with the Hemi, the giant, I forget what they call that thing, the super horse-powered bike that I saw kind of clickbaited across the internet for a while. Those motorcycles are more long than I would say the bikes in Star Circuit. So Hex Allen has got a comment here. I can't believe people under 80 are still having this. What, manga? What is it? Why is it? Yeah, it's been around the U.S. for several decades. Indeed. And I feel like, things like Toonami and stuff like that, that was the time for that kind of comment in the late 90s, early 2000s. I think you were more in the majority if you had that opinion of like what is going on, but it's been a couple of decades since that. And that's how a lot of us were introduced to it. After that, you'd go find manga at some weird bookstore that actually had them, or, you imported or something, but you're right. Hex is stunned that is actually a thing. So back to our little bike side view. So yeah, this is how the bike works. So it's 3.5. So these you don't show. And then technically the back wheel is going to be like a little bit bigger and take up like that much of it. So the halfway point's probably a little bit in front of that other one, because you can test that out by putting an X in there and see where that middle point is, somewhere right around there. The wheel is also about 2/3 of the whole bike is about a third, 1/3, and then you modify this type of thing, you know, to figure out your particular bike. But I'm using the basics of what a bike really is. Hex also says no one has ever heard of Speed Racer. Yeah, no, Speed Racer for sure. And there's a lot more that I feel like came around. I mean, even things that weren't animated but were, you know, Japanese, like the Power Rangers, you know, take over as well. But you're right, a lot of that is a thing. And to me, the manga, I guess the debate comes down to like what makes them great, I think, is their consistency. And not even consistency, like they're consistent at a high level of, like, one, just how much they put out, like how prolific they are, and two, they're also really they're really good for the most part. I'd say, like, or maybe they do so many that the best ones, you know, the cream of the crop gets seen. So, you know, that's probably one of the reasons why they're so great and they've remained really good. Though recently they've gotten kind of an uptick, which is interesting. To me, I'm going to say, to me, the uptick is from a general, the general population of America actually really buying in, and I think that momentum is kind of made it even more popular. They see what's happening. Amanda brings up a good point of just because we have seen Speed Racer doesn't mean we've watched it. And personally, I'm a racing fan, and I don't think I've watched very much of Speed Racer, even though I like racing type stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. Astro Boy, there's a lot of cool stuff that I really liked. Even I think maybe one of my first exposures to anime, or not anime, but manga, would be the. Actually, I might have it right here. Let me grab it. Now, this is something that I wasn't aware of until I saw it in Nintendo Power, but these were in Nintendo Power. But now they have it in a collection. This is The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past comics that were in, Nintendo Powers. I don't know if they're anywhere else. I think they're probably in Japanese magazines as well. But I don't know. It's either way. This is my first exposure, and I didn't know really what it was. I just thought it was a different style of drawing. And this guy did what's his name? Ishinori. So Ishinomori did not only this, but he did tons of other things. He was famous in my world in my childhood for Cyborg 009. Which I forget what it's called. And was it called the same thing in? Was it called the same thing in Japan? I don't know. Riverbend Bear is saying old Zelda comics from Nintendo Power. Yes. So this collection is awesome. I would suggest go find this book. It's a sweet collection. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is renowned artist Shotaro Ishinomori's adaptation of the beloved classic internationally best-selling video game the same name, originally released for Nintendo Super Entertainment System. So yeah, so it was all Nintendo Power. There's some cool drawings. He's got his iconic, like, cartoony characters in there. There's some of these drawings are awful, but some are so like iconic and great. Try to find one that, like, is really one of my first time. I think it's him and Zelda was like one of the first times I really enjoyed it. One of these panels, look at this panel. I like this set of 3 where he's running and he's like overlapping the first 2. It's a really cool idea. Stuff like that is awesome. I dig it. Yes, he says, bet they're better than the cartoon. Yes, indeed. But yeah, this is one of my first exposures to manga. And I didn't even know. You know what I mean? That's kind of maybe one of Amanda B's points, is that you may have been exposed, but not have known or not have realized, or maybe just heard of it. But you've heard of Zelda, and seen these things in the periphery, but never really got to it. Anyway, so this is Hip's bike in a nutshell. I just drew Hip's breakdown, which from here, this is how you plot it onto a card. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to do another Hip drawing. Let's do one where she's, let's do one where she's kickstanded up like Kaneda would be in Akira, maybe. Let's do, almost side view. So let's do the vanishing point we're going to put off to the side over here, off the page. It's also nice to, let's see if I can move the camera. So if you have paper underneath your sketch card, you can use the paper for vanishing points and stuff like that. Good information to have. So, all right, if your vanishing point's here, it could make it lower to the ground, but let's not. Let's, for this one, keep it up. And so from here, we're drawing our lines out to the vanishing point over here, which is nice to have. And remember, kind of keep it low because she's got to be sitting on it. And you'll see what I mean when I get to that point. But it's going to be leaning a little bit like that, something like that. So when I draw Star Circuit, let's just say I have to draw a bunch of bikes coming. I don't draw the bikes. I just draw the plane in which they are. I found this is the easiest way to show what's going on, because from here I can tell the angle of the bike. So if they all have to make the same turn, or if they're competing, you can tell this one is coming in at a weird angle because of the perspective. Let's just say they're doing the same path of this squiggly. You can show the gradual turn of how they would make that turn happen. And even though you're not drawing the bikes, you are drawing how they may look, and then you refine from there. So drawing this general, it's almost like a 16:9 square, I can tell where the things are because I just showed you up here. This is the breakdown, so I know where the wheels are. After a while, you just get used to getting that cutout of a bike, and you can get it right pretty close. So that's the idea here. I always thought that would be a cool bit of information for anybody who was wondering how I get Star Circuit results. And I'm sure I'll be way quicker at this as I go. So let's show one of the sketch cards. I did Hip a little bit ago. I already showed this online. This is kind of the quality of sketch card that I'm aiming for. Really, still really loose, but parts of it are really refined. Like the finesse of things are really refined. So something like this is, let's leave this in view. That way whoever's coming by can see something cool. So let's move this over. So yeah, that's the end result. I use a combination of 2H, which is what I have in this lead holder. This is a 0.5, and then I have one more, which is actually a 0.4, a little smaller. And this graphic gear has got a HB in it, which gives the little darker outline that I like. And since I don't stop on that area, freaking Kenneth Roquefort's in here. How you doing, man? So what I would like to do is something like this for all the setups. So the idea here is to get the crosshair. Then you know the middle of the bike. And then you draw from the vanishing point about a third, maybe a little too high there. So this is the top of the wheel. And this will be the top of the bike. And usually the top of the bikes are the tail and a little bit of the hood. And after you draw all the bikes I have, which is like, I don't know how many bikes I've drawn during Star Circuit. Hundreds? I don't know. Who knows? So a lot of, I love what, I think Kenneth, you drew some motorcycles in potentially Red Hood, I think. They were pretty cool in there. I think it was in that book. Could have been that or Sideways. I don't remember. But anyway, I was looking at those at one point. It was really awesome. I appreciate you coming by, man. So this is how I'm going to do all the sketch cards. Not all of them will have bikes in them, but I promised that I would do some bike action. And I wanted to use a lighter pencil, so let's do that. Otherwise, things get muddy and I get frustrated. I think that's like a OCD of mine, where if it's too muddy, I start like saying, "Screw it, man! I don't even want to finish it." But yeah, once I have this plane, we know where to go. Let's get so underneath this part, which I moved the camera a little bit. That little side view is your guide. This is pretty much Scott Robertson's tried and true way to get things going for him, which is give yourself a guide, and now you know where to plot things out. So we draw in one wheel. The back wheel is going to be like a little bit bigger than the front wheel, so something like that. Cool. And oh, my lovely girlfriend's here, saying hi to Germ. Germ's here. So yeah, this is a fun Sunday. I'm a little bit tired. Like I said, I had a long crazy day. We went to IKEA and did a lot of that stuff. And I had to build. I actually finally found at IKEA, there's those drawers that hold your artwork horizontally, we can lay them flat. I finally got one of those. IKEA's got one for $175 or $180. It is a pretty good bargain, I'd say, to get one of those. And I finally got one. I feel like that's a level up for me. Let me pull up this thing too. Yeah, Sherry said that was fun. Let's see. Zay Studio says that's how we turn for game sprites, using a mapping plane to plot it out in 2D, then build it out. Yes, perfect. I didn't know that's how you guys did it. Pretty cool though. Did not know that was the angle. For us, we do the planes because, for the most part, a motorcycle is only in the, if you want to call that the Y plane. It's either that or the Z plane. I don't. Depending on which plane, it's only in one axis where it's mostly long, horizontal. So, Sherry's saying we still have a credenza, which I can never pronounce, in front of her to build. Yes, maybe we should time lapse that thing. We should have time-lapsed the horizontal drawer thing. Okay. So this bike... Oh, that's what I was going to pull up. I was going to pull up my reference. Thought I had it. Pull up the bike. No, it's not the... Let's go here. There we go. Perfect. Froze on my end for a second. Well, Zayd says my tilt technique is genius for perspectives. I stumbled upon it. I think I stumbled upon it when I was studying Akira, and he drew so many bikes. I was like, I can't. It's freaking out. I can't keep track. I can barely draw one when I first started, and it kind of pushed me to get that right. And it just became the method. Once you get in your way. Okay, so here we are. We're still plotting this in. So we're still on one 2D plane, and then we extrapolate from here. So the wheelbase is like how high up the wheel goes, and they're usually about a quarter of the whole thing. Is how high I put them. So here's the center-ish point. And I lost my vanishing point because I kept moving this thing, but we'll just follow the midpoint. If I'm stoked for 5 different reasons this week. One, for the print file for Star Circuit is getting out there. Super stoked for that. So here's halfway. A quarter would be like right here. Maybe that's a little high, maybe a little less, but that's generally where I put it. So that will be where the inner rim will go on the bike. So maybe in the chat, if you guys are around, can you tell me your first exposure to manga? Like where did you first really read it? Not like hear about it from your friends. Like, what was your first exposure? Like mine was the Nintendo Power, Ishinomori's Link to the Past drawings comic. Okay. We need that A line, was sometimes what they call in cars. This line of, I don't know, this is like the underneath A, the B line maybe. Maybe a little too. All right, her bike does not have a free-floating wheel because it's an old bike, right? So let's see. And old bikes are not as cool. Well, in Star Circuit anyway. Old bikes are cool, but in Star Circuit, old bikes don't have the free-floating discs that keep it together. So hers has this, if we plot it out, it's like this little shape like this that goes back here. It's got a little bit of a wing, and it kind of keeps that wheel together. And then the front has this kind of hubcap that pops out a little bit. And now this is my center line. From here, you have to like really extrapolate things. Maybe I should show what I'm looking at here. It might be useful. Make sure I don't dox myself. All right. See that? That's my reference. That is pretty much the breakdown. I do this for every bike. I don't have to do anything but this. I just break it down and then highlight what I need. So yeah, this is what I'm looking at. This is what I need to get the proportions right and keep everything. So this is my model sheet, if you will. So let's get back to where we were. If I can slide you back. That's kind of where it was before, right? Okay. So Zayd says a Star Wars manga. It's an episode 1 manga? Really? That was your first exposure? Like I would figure it'd be Final Fantasy based or like an art book or something from them, right? That's what if I had to guess, and I didn't know better. Let's see if we can turn this light, maybe make it a little better for us here. No, worse, better? Can't tell. Oh. That's moving because it's attached to the light. Sorry, guys. Let's turn this a little bit. Okay. Zayd says, I wish I still had it because the art was flipping great in it. Interesting. I maybe should go look up and find me an image. Ken says, the old Gundam manga, Ranma, Akira, Bubblegum Crisis, Ghost in the Shell, and Project Akko. I feel like I got 2 or 3 out of those. I watched a lot of Gundam, and I probably go read it now, but I didn't really get into any Gundam manga, which I should. Probably is amazing. But obviously Akira I have, Bubblegum Crisis I've read, Ghost in the Shell I've read, Ranma no, and Akko no. So pretty cool though. Good to know. You can tell the influence in some of your work, kind of felt like some of your line work kind of lends that way a little bit. I watched anime, didn't read manga till that episode 1 book. Okay, cool. Yeah, like I said, I thought it would be like a Final Fantasy thing that you would be really into. Let's see. All right. Let's get one of these going. I really need a stable cam. I think my next project is to get that going for me. Now I'm getting a glare. I'm going to move this. Sorry, guys. Because I can't have a glare. If I get a glare, I can't work. And guys, if you're around, like and subscribe, please. We're halfway through the stream because I'm only doing an hour because I'm dying today. I love Kenneth's work, probably my top runner influence of my comic book style. That is very interesting to know, man. For me, Kenneth has been a big influence, but for you, that's something I didn't know, dude. Okay, let's see. Talking and drawing, it's hard, dude. It's really hard. So there's usually on a bike, there's usually a line that goes from the handlebars to the back wheel. Like there's like a design line. Usually there's something that favors. It's almost like a bike line of action. Usually there's a cut line, maybe for the gas tank up there. Some other things. But it's usually there. Especially, I say that it's for sport bikes. For sport bikes, this is how it works. Okay. She's got this little cavity in here that she works with. That stops. Okay. Let's get this thing right as well. So this is just the center line. From here, it gets pretty easy. Like without these proportions right, you're almost like working in the dark. For me, anyway, that's how it feels like. Okay. But you really have to pay attention to like where things are. Otherwise, things get wonky real quick. Heck yeah, dude. I'll leave it to Art Jedi to hop in here and, hype this thing up. Yes, Kenneth Robert's here. That's pretty awesome, man. There's There's streams from 2.5 years ago, Kenneth, that our Jedi and I and Zaid are all on, just hyping up your work from, when was that? 2019, I feel like, when I first did the Kick-Ass Study stream. Yeah, it was an interesting time. Yeah, he's geeking out, dude. I mean, he's got to. He's was he 17 now? Not that I won't geek out that Kenneth's here, but you know, he probably just blowing our Jedi's mind right now. Cool. So that's our bike. The idea here is she's going to be, let's draw her hip box here. Her hip. It's funny, I'm talking about hip, on hip. Hips, hip box. We'll be right out here. And I don't know, her leg. Maybe she should be sitting on it. I don't know. She could either be more standing or more sitting. I don't know if it's practical to put her leg up like that. Maybe, maybe not. It's tough to tell what I want to do with it. Okay. Any other comments on what's your take, or Jedi? Really do miss these traditional wars. You all, it's here. I get to do some of these sketch cards for you guys, which is cool. So, and he still says he's 16. But yeah, I do have the fingernails. They're pretty clean, dude. Not bad. That's probably because I haven't been working traditionally in a little while. Actually, I've done a couple covers traditionally in a while, in the last, I don't know how long. Okay, so let's do this building out of stuff. So at the bottom, what I do is make this little half circle down there. You can see that. That tells me the tube. That's like that's the tube of the tire. So if I draw that in there, this is the Scott Robertson method, guys. All right, this is not my genius that I'm claiming to have. So from here, you draw you probably shouldn't draw it that many times around, but from there you get like something that looks like the width of a tire, right? And then the inside of it goes the opposite direction, and so you'll get this like nice little Art Nouveau kind of shape. Like that. Not perfect, but again, we're going to erase away all this and do it clean after we're done. So that's the center line. This is the brilliant part of this. We know how wide it is just because I've been drawing this bike for a while. So we're just drawing the width out right here. Yes. Oh, Kenneth. So I'm using, this is an easel on top of my stand desk I just got. But yeah, so my mentor, Kenneth, is Freddie Williams. I don't know if you know him. He done TMNT and Batman books. Anyway, he gave me his recipe for making this desk, which was top notch. So it's pretty much one of those cheap easels that you get on Amazon for $30. Then you go buy a galvanized sheet of metal. That's what you see here. You can get it coated with a different color, but I'm an idiot and didn't do that. So Freddie was like, get this galvanized sheet of metal. Then you use liquid nails, like that glue, the super tough glue, and you glue it to the easel. And use clamps and whatever to keep it steady for a while until it glues and solidifies. And then you've got pretty much a magnetic drawing desk. like I said, I'm an idiot and got it without coating. So I got this like steel looking cover. So I just put a piece of paper on top and actually like it better because I can actually draw near my whatever I'm doing. You know, it's pretty cool. I actually met you, Kenneth, one time in Chicago. What do they call that one? I don't know why I'm blanking right now. I didn't have enough coffee. You know, the Chicago Comic-Con. I don't know why I'm blanking. All right. Art Jedi says, I remember reading Sideways when it first came out and being absolutely mind blown. What was your favorite run to work on, Kenneth? Art Jedi would really love to know. But yeah, this drawing desk is one hell of a project because it's like it's simple, but it's not. You got to get the measurement right for the metal, and you know, there we go. C2E2. I don't know why, dude. Don't know why I can't get those letters and numbers combination to come together right in my brain. Yeah, met one time over there. I was actually had Star Circuit, the early version of Star Circuit, and I was shilling it. I shilled it actually to Tom, what's the dude? Tom Bew, whatever his name. He does Impact Theory. He's got that one Impact Theory comic. What's it called? Neon Future. So I shilled it to him, and he really liked it, which was actually pretty impressive for me to talk to him, and he actually liked the idea. At the time, that felt impressive, even though he's kind of not really. He's more of like an influencer. I don't know how much he really writes and whatnot. Not to put the guy down, but he's, you know. Let's just say, like, if I got a critique from a lesser tier writer in comics, I would probably even count that as more special than him. Like I said, no offense to that guy. Okay, so let's bring out this. Seat back here. Gas tank is a little bit long now that I'm looking at it. I had this idea for her bike. Let me see who's showing here. Kenneth says Groken is his favorite to work on. Obviously, Jedi. Come on. Let's see. Yes, and it is indeed going to be epic to see Groken. I'm stoked for it. 24 Eyes is here with his owls. Good to see you, bro. Zaid, I miss Broken. I misses Broken. You missed backing Broken? Is that what you're trying to say here? About to start the actual page rendering. That's awesome. Sweet. My girl is asking if I want more coffee. It would be cool if I had more coffee, yes. Are you too late? Not really. We've got at least another 15, maybe a little bit more, so I can promo a little something. But yeah, we're just chatting, taking advantage of Kenneth in the chat, of course. Okay. Always good to do. Let's see. So I think I have what I want. The other cyberpunk book out there right now is, and whoever's got a mod permission, can you put up? You might have closed your. Did you close your sweet Cobalt campaign yet, Bionic Bro? If you haven't, somebody put up the link. Frog G was here. We don't have to think about this because that dude thinks in links. I feel like Frog G is like, some people are just made to do things in their life, and Frog G is just that guy for getting mod links out to everybody. Seems like a little bit of a wide seat, but works. All right, so let's put a little bit of curb or something interesting. I don't really know what to put in here. Could be just a shadow. What I'm not doing is tilting it enough. I didn't think about that as much as I should have. And remember, you can't see through her bike, or the wheel anyway, on the bike. So we're gonna put the hubcap in there. All right, so I think we're ready to like kind of clean it up. All right, if you're joining us now, make sure you drop Ken the follow. Look at that. Heck yeah. I think my dog's barking outside. Did you guys hear that? Still in demand. So somebody throw up a link if you can. My girl's heading out to Trader Joe's. Looking back up here. Trader Joe's. Going to see Shy. What? Go say hello to Shy for me. Some people need wide seats. Indeed. Maybe that's why I draw them, because I do have a back end that requires a seat that is larger than most. Has Elsa moved on from Florida? I mean, it missed us. It missed us pretty clearly. Like, we didn't get almost barely any rain. Like, we've gotten more rain before the hurricane and like the week before that than the whole time the hurricane was kind of around us. Proper Comics is hello. What's up, dude? Good to have you around. I can't wait till I get an original piece from you, which I don't know when Taylor is sending those stuff out, but hopefully soon. Good to have everybody here. Yeah, so we got this little bike. I could draw in hip here. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I might not have her on the bike. I might have her leaning it this way and maybe looking back at us. Don't know. So, this is when I need like a little bit of a piece of reference. I know her hip box would be somewhere around here. Chest cavity. I knew I made that arm like too high. Just like too high, too big. Or maybe not too big, but definitely too high. I switched pencils on accident. Jedi says, oh yeah, I've been doing some digital layouts for Spidey short story. I'm doing sweet. Digital layout saves freaking time, dude. That's how I work things. Getting a little glare. I should probably move this down slightly. Cool. Wanted her turned. Still getting glare. I think when I move my hand, like it reflects off my knuckles or something. I just tweet now the Instagram link. Or no, Indiegogo link. Heck yeah. Awesome. Incredible. Cobalt's the bomb. Stoked for that because it's another cyberpunk book, right? And I think that's what you tweeted out, Kenneth. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, we all appreciate community. Everybody does. Everybody brings something to the table, which is why Comicsgate is the bomb. It's why people who are not a part of it, and don't maybe look into it more than the wiki, it's why we're so frustrated with it, because you're like, it's actually probably one of the best things that's happened to comics in a long time. So, that's how it goes. Okay, so here, let's a little cityscaper something back here. She probably wouldn't have a cityscape. She would have the reverse cityscape where spires would come down. So we're just gotta reverse this a little bit. Cool. Oh, heck yeah, dude. I appreciate it, man. Star Circuit is my baby, and I been pushing it so long that it's all blending together these years that I've worked on it. Hey, sure. Oh, yep. Leaving the dog in the room, so hopefully he's good. I just got this sheepskin. Dude, I got a sheepskin rug underneath my desk now, so my toes can have some tactile, whatever you want to call it, feedback or something. So now my dog is constantly thinks it's an animal or something. Yeah. Joe Finger has bugged me for nearly 10 years. So yeah. My Joe Finger? Oh, this? Who's talking about my Joe Finger? Always fatted by the different R's with all the tools. That pen ain't going anywhere. Oh, because I'm gripping it hard as hell? Yeah, so I don't know if you've seen, what's his name? This is the craziest story I've ever heard was, what's this guy's name? Trad Moore. So he holds his pencil, I don't know if you can see this, like this. And that little crazy knuckle that I have here, he's got on his pinky. And that's how he uses all arm. That's how he does everything. I can see it. It feels like really, really stable when I do this. Like, I feel like if I used all my arm, you could get really, really straight lines, even though I'm not doing that. But anyway, when I heard that story, it was probably validating for me. Like, oh, I'm not a freak. I'm not the only one that draws like with this crazy, most people hold it with 2. I hold it with 3. So I don't know. 3's better than 2, bro. Bonic Bro says, how many storylines you got in the pipeline concerning Star Circuit? Just the main arc, which contains like 8 chapters ish. So I'm debating doing 2 or 3 chapters for the next installment because I want it to be a nice big chunk. So it'll be like 20 to 25, 30 pages per chapter. So this thing could either be more like the 48-page mark, or let's see, the more 48 mark or more the 72. I think that would be the next one up. So 72 would be more like 3 chapters, but I don't know how many pages I can get done in the time I'm wanting to do, which is like a year-ish. So we'll see. I got a day job still, Kenneth says, I have it in my middle finger. Yes, I think that's where most people would, if they draw tons, it would be the middle, right? But yeah, once you have that notch, it actually like stabilizes it a little bit more. I think that's why Finch has his duct tape thing, which I tried in the beginning. I tried cushioning with like those little cheap cushion things pencils have sometimes. I sometimes do it that way. And then I tried the duct tape thing that David Finch did. I was like, dude, none of this is really helping. Like the duct tape didn't work because it just got weird and like icky. Just felt. I don't even know how David Finch deals with that. I am not about it. Anyway, to each their own. Finch is a genius in his own right. I can't call him out too much. Okay. Yes, the artist mutation, indeed. So Star Circuit is an amalgamation of what I love from Akira, kind of like the seriousness of Gundam. Like Gundam has this kind of like political seriousness that I liked, and I'm drawing upon that. I like the goofiness. I have this thing. Let me pull this up real quick. It's what I called my influences or something. No, it's my matrix of something. It's my influence matrix. Have it here somewhere. No, the IP matrix. Let's do that. Let's see if we can pull that into a thing here. Did that work? No? There we go. It worked. Let me just share my screen. Because this is pretty cool. Since we're talking about anime and manga and that discussion, this is pretty sweet. Share screen, please. One of these days. Come on, Britt. You got this. There we go. Everything's slow right now. It's because I think it's because I'm playing music. So, this is kind of my. In a minute, I'll show it. Jesus, it is a slow time. Sorry, guys. Like, it's literally like maybe 5 seconds behind what I'm trying to do. There we go. Okay, so everybody should maybe try to make one of these because it's pretty cool to figure out. And I went one step above and beyond and made it where both columns matched. So even the row and the column would match, which is way harder than you think. Because in some cases it all works, but these are some of the things that really I'm pulling from for Star Circuit. And like I said, when I talked about the realism and the grittiness and the seriousness of it, that's what I meant by realistic world building there. So Neuromancer is as serious as you can get. Full Metal Alchemist is pretty serious once you get past like the cartooniness of it. Everything, the story is really serious. Some dark stuff. I mean, Full Metal Alchemist opens up with kids trying to bring their mom back from the dead. And then pretty much half killing his brother and injuring himself. These two brothers, just nuts stuff to start out with. So, but also Full Metal Alchemist is about brothers, and Star Circuit is really about brothers too. Yes, the F-Zero track kind of stuff is going to be really cool. I've designed a couple. The tracks I've designed so far are just ones for mock-ups, and the next one I had was let me think here. It looks like I'm running out of time for drawing, so let me just move my face back, or move my cam back to my face. That way we can talk very quickly, because I don't have a lot of time. I have work to do that I can't show, which if I didn't have those deadlines, I'd just stay on all day with you guys, because this is amazing. Okay, so check this out. So the tracks I'm trying to work on are very interesting. The ones I'm working on, I can't really talk about because you don't even know the context in which the tracks should be considered. And one of them is not even really, we'll say, in this reality. But what I can say is I'm working on a test track for one of the big companies, the Metric Company, which you'll see what that is. And they have a privatized kind of morphing test track that is really cool. And that's one I'm working on. That'll be in the next couple chapters. Yeah, that's what I'm pulling from F-Zero, sci-fi moto stuff. Obviously, Sid Mead, who worked on Tron, designed a lot of those bikes and that atmosphere. I'm pulling on from that for sure. And yeah, Akira as well, because of obvious reasons. Yeah, I would recommend everybody go try to make one of these matrices because it's fun. You can figure things out. And as you can see, there's a lot of anime in here, as well as movies and books. So arguably there is no comic books in here, which I feel like artistically, if I did an artistic matrix, there'd be tons. There'd be tons, including Kenneth Ruckford's work in, I mean, I don't know which book of his is my favorite. Velocity's great. I mean, a lot of the big name books he did were great. Anyway, not to hype Kenneth too much. So besides that, you know, obviously like old stuff, Jim Lee, Liefeld, a lot of these people would be in my artistic matrices, including including Tomo from Akira and that sort of thing. Oh, Sam Rogers, I missed your comment. Zayd's bringing it up. I really got depressed what happened to that little girl. And yeah, dude, I think the opening episode, when you see the mom, I mean, once you realize that happened and that's why the predicament they're in, because of this transmutation of humans that's like forbidden, once you realize that is a problem, you're like, oh, this is kind of a dark show. And then you get to the thing that happened with the little girl. You're like, dude, this has gone, it goes to Japanese weird, in which Japanese weird is another level of weird, which everybody knows is the truth. Anyway, so cool. We got the matrices here. I'm working on the other book, Left Hand Free. Let me pull up a couple things before we rock out of here. Anybody who put up links, thank you. Please throw up links for people's social media in the chat. Whoever wants to be kind, do so. I know I saw Kenneth's up there. Please throw up one for Cobalt. Jeremy doesn't have one, but you can throw up his Twitter if someone wants to do that. All these things help. Everybody that's in here, like and subscribe, please. We're kicking off well. We haven't gotten monetized yet, but we're getting closer and closer. And whenever I get in a good flow, it'll be awesome. Because when you get in a good flow of streaming, everything just gets better. I'm hoping to do new intros for all the shows too, like cool little intros. I think that helps for just, I guess, people that are not aware who you are. It's really cool to see new people jump on and see their names in chat and stuff. Okay, let me bring up what I was looking for the whole time. Which was Star Circuit. Just to show you a little bit of the page. We've gotten a couple backers recently, which is great. Always love to see that. And Coleman, no worries about being late, man. There's no worries. I appreciate you stopping in. Share screen, please. Please, please, please. Window. There we go. Okay, so Star Circuit, guys. It's a cyberpunk racing adventure. Let's remove this cookie thing. It's a racing adventure that revolves around we'll say a charismatic yet damaged and thusly kind of like a narcissist of a person. Anyway, this dude is awesome. He's fun to be around. He's charismatic, and he's a great racer. anyway, this street racer decides he's cool enough and good enough to go against the best racers in this world, in the cyberpunk world. And I don't know, it's like an impossible feat. These androids in this world are unbeatable. And so it's really just a man versus machine kind of story that is just on another level. So that's where we're going to. This is the first chapter where we get introduced to the characters. We get introduced to the world, the art. We got a sweet variant cover by Kanan and Steve Ferdcal, who did the cover there, that variant cover. And here's some of the pages. Ken is asking about Ken's asking about our will I continue Star Circuit or jump new? This is only the first chapter, so I have to keep moving until the whole arc's done. I have this really fleshed out thing. It's going to be several chapters. I was planning to pitch this to Image or somewhere, so that's why it's only a 30-page intro. So it's like the pilot, if you will. And so there's a lot more to go from here. In this chapter, there's not even a whole lot of android versus human stuff going on, even though there is some. A lot of it's like real world stuff, being chased by gangs and, fleshing out all the crazy, shit in his family. Like his brother is trying to help the family in a different way. And he's so damaged that the main character has been street racing and having party time pretty much for like years. He's so removed. So we get to see a lot of this cool stuff. Anyway, yeah, that's the plan. So I'm planning to keep this going. Yes, hashtag Roverforce all the way. Appreciate everyone coming in here. B Rose is here. Rocaforce, hell yeah. So the cool part about this story is that the cast is great. I don't know if I ever scrolled far enough down where you can see it, but I've got a great cast, guys. There we go. So here's the guys the people that we deal with. The bike I was drawing today was Hip Taryn. She's like his ex-girlfriend that he's kind of, just like everyone else in his life, he's kind of damaged them. Like you kind of put your neuroses onto other people, and you kind of made her what she is almost in another way. She's always been kind of an adrenaline junkie, but now she's kind of a damaged, like aggressive adrenaline junkie, and she'll be the first one to get in a fight and that sort of thing. So we focus on the main brothers, and it's really a story about that. That's why I brought up Full Metal Alchemist, because the brothers, that dynamic is what this whole story is about. And you got to write what you know. I have two brothers of my own, and we are vastly different. So, that's how it goes. And she got the hips, as Zaid says. So, anyway, these are the cast of characters. It's a great story. I guarantee. I know we get some bad reviews out there sometimes for CG books because it's hard to tell if someone's got the story chops, you know what I mean? But I guarantee Star Circuit's got the story chops. Get ready for like an actually good read. You're gonna have fun. So, if anything, the worst thing you could say, Nefarious says, "I love the thumbnail." Yes, because you bought that piece of art. You dastardly group of folks over there. I don't know if it's Frequency or Aaron that's on right now, but hello, and yeah. Jump on Star Circuit before it's too late. It won't be too late for a long time because I will leave this up for a while. So go check it out. And stoked for everybody to read it. I guarantee it'll be a fun time. That's pretty much it for what we got for today. I want to do more of these sketch cards, but I have secret stuff that I have to do that I cannot show, that I have to work on. Otherwise, I'd be working on stream with you guys and just staying on. It's like an incredible pleasure for all you guys to come by and say hello. I like to have people on, and it'd be great actually I've got so many things. We have an Art Pro stream on Wednesdays. It would be a personal, I don't know, like some sort of fanboy dream come true if Kenneth came on Art Pros one time. That'd be great to have scheduled coming up. So maybe that'd be a great thing to do on Wednesdays. And so I'm throwing that out there. Kenneth, it would be great. Sam Rogers is saying, is it anything like the anime movie Redline? Redline is a little bit more, obviously, those guys go above and beyond as far as like the art direction and just how amped up it is. So I'm aiming for that, but they're kind of goofy. Just like a lot of things, there's a lot of goofiness there. It's a little more, Mike's stuff is a little more grounded. It's more Gundam than Redline. You know, it's like, if you know Gundam, it's grounded. So at least for the most part, the most it gets is Gundam Wing, which is kind of like this extravagant groundedness. So that's how it goes. But Redline is great. I as far as the energy and just like the love for the racing and like the way it brings you into it, like the way it makes you care about racing. That's what I'm trying to bring. So yeah, it's stylized and alien. Exactly. Cyberpunk tends to be more grounded. You need the grit for Cyberpunk. So hell yeah. It's the crack home hashtag, dude. I don't mind being a haven for crack addicts. Cool, all about that. Everybody, please. In fact, I actually produce some crack. So if I'm a manufacturer, am I really disavowing? I don't know. Maybe that's something to say. I think that's it, guys. Remember, if you back Star Circuit, you also get a mixtape, and a mixtape is chock full. It's got 7 tracks from people you love and know, like Ryan Wynn, like Dark Gift Comics. He's got a sweet blues track, not blues, but something like that. It's more bluesy, and a lot of cyberpunk retro wave stuff by your boy Vosto, and unknown names that you will get to know when you hear them. So on the way out, I'm going to play a track by Vosto. You've heard it. It's on Comics Wave on his album on Spotify. Check that out. I love you all for coming by. Again, in chat, thank you everybody for showing up. I'll be working on this art. I'll be working on a lot of the sketch cards because that's got to go. The print file is looking. If I had to rate my print file before this week for Star Circuit, it was crappy. It was I would rate it a 3, and now my print file is at a 9. Like 9 is in July. I think it's a good print file, and I think it's like I don't think you ever can reach a 10 with CMYK, especially with cyberpunk stuff. But it's a 9. It's I'm blown away at how well I went from nothing to looking great. So thanks everybody for coming by. Yes, everybody have a good day. Lil Meats is here. Heck yeah. No crack shame. That's what we're talking about. All right. Keep it real, guys. Have a good day. Enjoy the sweet songs on the way out. I appreciate everyone coming by. Peace out, guys.